We want to welcome everyone here to the Power of Being Seen, Care and Connection in my University of Arizona Global Campus doctoral experience. And what an honor and a pleasure it is for me personally, and on behalf of myself and Michelle, to introduce Dr. Dee LeSieur, the UAGC alumna, as she shares her extraordinary journey of resilience, faith, and finding her voice. She's born in Iran. Dr. LeSieur will reflect on her belief as a divine creator sustained her through many challenges and change, guided her into her UAGC Global Campus doctoral journey, and shaped her understanding of education as a form of justice. She will also speak to the profound impact of mentorship, belonging, and advocacy within the UAGC community, and how these experiences empowered her to lead with purpose and conviction. This is more than a story of academic success. It's a testament to her courage, her identity, and the transformative power of education. So, Dr. LeSieur, what an honor and a pleasure it is to see you again and introduce you here for your session. So, everyone, enjoy Dr. LeSieur, and the floor is yours.
Thank you so much, Bill, for having me, and thank you everyone for spending the time and showing up here today and truly showing up for yourself. That was incredible. Hopefully, everyone can hear me okay. Please put in the chat if there's any issues with the sound. So, before further ado, I want to share my story with you today. So grab your drink or tea or coffee or whatever, and let's just have a heart to heart, because truly this is about care and connection. In a world that constantly asks us to give and produce and go, go, go and perform, choosing to pause and reflect and be present is already an act of care. And I truly believe that care begins with the self, it begins with us. And when we show up with curiosity and openness and compassion for ourselves and for others, we deepen our ability to care for everyone and the systems that we're a part of. So today, I'll be sharing my personal story and my personal journey with you. And I can say that what has easily shaped my experience has been the resilience, the faith, and the search for my own voice. Education, as Bill mentioned, for me, has never been only about just degrees or another thing to put on a list. It's been me, a part of me, and a pathway to justice, to belonging, to transformation. And when I say being seen here, well, you'll hear me repeat that multiple times. I don't mean just, an Instagram selfie or being seen. It really means just being truly acknowledged and really being held with dignity and being understood from a deeper human level, and being reminded that we belong, that we deserve what we accomplish, what the opportunities that we're given, and having gratitude towards those. But also to understand that for me, this whole thing is it's not just a classroom. It's about me. It's about who I am, and it's about my story. So, to start my story, I'm going to take you to my origin story that began with survival. To little Dory, as you can see, that's me as a baby. And so I'll share a little bit of that with you. I'm sure you're watching the news and you hear the word Iran or Iran on the news a lot these days. Well, I was born in a city in southwest of the country of Iran during Iran-Iraq war. And in the time of war, that was just so difficult to survive, and smoke everywhere, missiles attacking, people dying on the streets, screams and protests outside, just like they are now, if you see in these videos. And they probably weren't really shared as wide as they are now. And missiles struck our neighborhoods close to where we lived. Even in the same alley that we lived, 2 houses down, a missile struck the building right by us. And as a 1-year-old, I shouldn't have a memory, but I do have a memory of my parents having to grab me and running down to a shelter just for us to be able to live, to be able to survive. Even as a child, I learned what uncertainty and survival felt like, and to feel unsafe. Now, another aspect of my personal experience is I was raised as a Baha'i, which is a faith and minority religion in Iran. It's a peaceful minority religion that believes in oneness of God and believes in peace and love. However, systemic persecution in Iran, and to this day even, of the Baha'is was what me and my family were subjected to, on top of being raised during war. Members of my family are still not allowed to attend university because there is a box when you apply. Imagine if you were applying to come to UAGC and they asked you what your religion was or what your color was or what your nationality was, and openly, publicly, as part of the law, they would say, well, you are this, so you are not allowed to go to college. And that is what the reality that my parents and the rest of my family are dealing with right now, who are in Iran, and my family had to deal with before we moved here. The 10 Baha'i women of Shiraz, I put their pictures in here. They were executed for refusing to deny their beliefs, and they embodied courage, dignity, and faith. And I wanted to just give you a little bit of what drives me under my skin. It's this fire of why I needed to succeed. And everybody has this source of power. This fire is in everyone's story. In the middle of that environment, my parents gave me care, safety, and love. They did their best to keep me safe, which brings me here today. And they created a space of protection in a world of uncertainty. And that taught me something I carry to this day. That even in uncertainty, care can exist. So that was that perspective. And next, that, as I mentioned, transforms that survival now into resilience. To the next slide. And that was anchored in something deeper. And I touched on that, my faith. Just faith in divine protection. And that really is sprinkled all throughout this story for me. It's believing that I was taken care of. As Gabrielle Bernstein says, that the universe got my back. You don't have to believe in one thing or another. All traditions are honored and respected. So that really believing that life is happening for me and not to me. And again, this gives me something steady to hold on to and something greater than every circumstance and every difficulty that I was faced with. In a very hard way, it taught me that fear and hope can both coexist. It's not one or the other. And life can still be guided by purpose. And in our faith, we were taught that every human carries inherent dignity and purpose within them, and that adversity builds character, compassion, and resilience. And these are principles of strength in many, many traditions. And that belief shifted when I started seeing challenges not as obsolete, but as opportunities of growth. And in some cases, I had no choice. I either moved forward or I just spiraled down into the abyss. So, what was I going to choose? And faith didn't just help me survive, it helped me keep on kicking. It truly carried me through to the next part. Now I grow up, right? Like I'm going at, this is education. Now my family moves to the United States, and I am now able to, I have the opportunity to, through difficulties and many, many travels that I don't think this forum has the time for, that we finally made it to a place where we could have human rights, basic human rights. So education for me and my family is sacred. It truly is sacred. We experienced oppression. We were denied education, as I mentioned. Not because of our ability and merit, not because we couldn't, but because of identity. So education for me became more than just an opportunity. It became purpose. And earning my doctorate degree did not feel like it was only mine. It felt like justice for those without a voice, my family, and anyone here in America or any country that for whatever reason was denied education, for being a woman, for following another tradition, for having a different skin color. It was about them and me, not just me. Education gives us something powerful. It gives us our voice, a restoration of dignity, something that can't be taken away, and the ability to create possibility, not just for ourselves, and also for others, to build a society, to really truly project creativity. And through that journey, something else began to emerge for me. And I pointed to it. So eventually, now imagine I'm finding my voice coming from an oppressed society, being a woman, being a Baha'i, being oppressed, being a minority, even in the United States. So it was always, who am I? What am I? What are my rights? Am I deserving? Do I deserve to be here? How many of us deal with that imposter syndrome? Not feeling deserving of the opportunities that we're given. And that was for me. Going to the next slide. I find my voice. I love this photo of Ariel because I just love when that voice comes back, and it just felt like I was being restored through this journey. And I still feel out of breath when I think about this, but this doctoral journey at UAGC didn't just give me a degree. It helped me find my voice. It felt like I can be who I am. That today I can share my story with you. That I'm okay for this to go on YouTube, and I will not be hung and murdered like those women that I showed you. There were moments of uncertainty. Can I do it? Is my English good? Because I learned English late, as a teenager. Those moments of feeling alone. Can anyone help me? Why are my parents not visiting schools with me? They didn't know. They didn't even speak English at the time. I felt alone. Yes, did I feel unsupported? Yes, at times. But I became the one that showed up for me. The choice again and again was to build my strength. And I joined the United States Air Force. And that gave me a whole other layer of confidence. Was it hard? Absolutely. Was I doubted? Yes. You won't make it. You can't do it. It's tough. You're a girly girl. It's this, it's that. So I had to push through. I had to trust my own voice, and I had to show up for me. I had to show up for myself and for all those girls that are dealing, or boys who are dealing with the same thing. If I make it, it's one more of us that made it. So I learned something so powerful, that being seen by others matter too. We live in this type of society. It's part of existence. We are a collective. But I had to learn to see myself. It begins with you. It began with me. So see yourself, see your value and your voice. And that was what was transformational for me. So there are moments when we need something more. We need that support while we're here in school and going through the process. And I really think this is a time for me to really talk about the beautiful support that I received at the University of Arizona Global Campus. Before it was Ashford, before it was, I had to go through all of that. And throughout all of this, all these beautiful souls were there for me. Life, work, expectations, past experiences of trauma, all of that started coming to me. I was so anxious through it. Just give up. They're changing the university. It's like not worth it. You're not meant to do this. Just do this. Just you don't have to do it. All those voices were going through my head. You're too busy. You already have a job. You don't need this for your, I don't know if you guys are, these voices I'm sure is in everyone's head. So I had to ask for help, and the beautiful, health clinic, UAGC Health Clinic, I really thank them. They were there for me because I also experienced certain things while I was in the military, and I needed that support. And I'll just share that with you. Again, this is a heart-to-heart with PTSD. And they were so kind, they were so gentle with me, and they were there to support me throughout my studies. So I truly, truly recommend looking into the resources that are available to you as you're going through your journey, your college journey with UAGC, because they are truly angels. And I realized that I couldn't do it alone. That's so important. So please be honest. Just know that as I did, it was so hard for me to ask for help. Because remember, I had to make it. I could do everything. And if I asked for help, that meant weakness. And that was hard. That was a hard truth to really push through. So I reached out to the health clinic. And I felt seen, I felt heard and valued. And for the first time, I felt safe. And this is huge because so far you heard my story. I never felt safe. But I felt safe, and I felt like I was being seen as a human being who has dealt with wounds and trauma. And care changed everything for me from this clinic. So this is the top slide. The next slide is, and I truly want to thank my committee. So here I am. I'm pushed through my master's degree And now I'm like, I'm going to do a doctorate degree. Yes, I will do it. So scared again. The imposter voice, the scared voice was always there, that you're unsafe, you won't be able to do it. This is too much. You don't want to go too far. This is way too thing. You don't need it. And these beautiful souls, these guardian angels that you see, that on here, Dr. Dillard, and it makes me want to cry. It truly makes me. And I'm not apologizing for having tears because I'm human and I wrote my dissertation on emotions and emotional intelligence. They were there for me. Dr. Dillard, Dr. Roster Majors, Dr. Stephanie Stubbs held me. They truly were there for me. They saw me as a human being. And it was the most important level of care that I received during my doctoral degree. Also, the truth is, I also had to be honest with myself. Because while academia requires rigor, I had to do the work. And they were difficult. They were hard on me, and in some way that was really what pushed me through, because I needed that type of tough love too. The doctoral journey is no joke, as you all know. If you are in that, or if you're thinking about it, it will challenge you on every single part of you as a human being. And these souls were there for me, and they saw me as a human, yet they knew when to push me. And that truly was what propelled me forward. Because again, from that care grew something essential. We trusted each other. Because I knew they cared for me, even if there was 200 different, things that I had to change on one paragraph. Scary red dot. I knew that Dr. Dillard cared about me, and I knew that she wanted me to succeed. And where there is trust, that's when there is growth. They are beautiful souls. Please choose them if they're still offering. So now let's go beyond academia. While all of this was happening, my focus was there because, remember, it wasn't about me. It was about every single voice in the world. Now I received my academic advisor. She literally held me all throughout. Heather Zaleski, I love you. You are incredible. Our advisors truly are our guardian angels assigned to us from day one. Heather was always there for me. Big shout out to her. For 5-6 years, through university changes, name changes, GI Bill changes, different issues that come up, technical issues, any kind of personality issues, even with anytime she was there. So shout out, thank you so much, all advisors, for truly being there for us. And maybe we take you for granted, but I know every single email I always says thank you as always. That was how I ended every email, because she truly took me through. And it's important, and I know, next slide, support at home. Not all of us are blessed to receive, and my heart goes out to anyone who does not receive that or is struggling with that. But just know there's always support at the school. Contact your resources at UAGC and bond with the classmates. bond with the instructors, come to these types of events to receive and know that you are not alone. So this slide is very personal for me. You can see my grandmother. While I was pursuing my doctoral degree, she passed away. And life doesn't stop. Life does not stop. So we pushed through. And I had to push through. And there were moments of hardship. There were moments that I just didn't want to get out of bed from grief and sadness and difficulty. And my amazing husband was there for me. And I want to thank him for that. Thank your partners, sisters, family members, friends, cousins who support you. What happened? COVID happened. My husband had surgery. I had a full-time government job. I put all that on here. And, my husband couldn't drive for 6 months. He was also working on his doctoral degree in engineering. I guess there's happy stuff too I wanted to put on there. So, and yes, we tried to make happy memories too. So please also take breaks. Even if you have to drive to a park or an hour away or take a staycation, do that. Do that. Do that for yourself. So I just wanted to say, our pets. I have to bring in dogs and cats and snakes and whatever your pet is. Thank your pets. They're there as the beautiful energies that they bring to us. Animals are so healing. Plants as well. If you love plants, they bring in light and beauty to our life. Flowers. So I don't want to say that, but I opened up, right? As I'm growing and I grow, I have so much gratitude for everything around me because I realized it's just not one thing. Everything is there to support me. So we didn't stop. We kept on going. And next slide. As I was just mentioning, and I kind of went into this, I also explored in the end that all the different traditions and different ways of healing could bring me something, could offer me support. Because remember, I hit rock bottom in the doctoral journey, even after all the hardship. So it was really just anything, crystals, heart math, and I explored this in my dissertation too. Self-love, self-care. Again, in the end, what carried me through was me. Me coming through for myself. I was the project manager. I had to raise my hand and ask for help. I had to have gratitude. I had to communicate. And I brought myself superficial, just not that superficial care, but I also realized that from the soul level, I was growing. And these different types of healing modalities also helped me with my anxiety. Again, they don't have to work for everybody. It's just something that I really want to say that helped me and to really connect with the veteran groups and going into nature and sound baths and different things that I used that really, really helped me. And I had to listen to my body. And I know this might be, it's not so much a medical type of, talk here, but it's important for us to realize our body will make us stop if we don't care for it. So again, go, and I'm definitely, I have been a victim of that, and I brought it on to myself. I was just like, oh, it's okay, I'm just gonna wait or not go to the doctor. And when it was time for me to rest, if it was overdue, my body was like, nope, we're stopping right here, right now. So check in with your body, do somatic work, and care for your body as well. Because without your body, you won't be able to go through your education degree or education accomplishments. We need the body to feel okay, to rest, to heal. And I must say, through and through, with all of this, I learned that strength is not just me forcefully pushing through. It was how many tasks a day that I can accomplish. But it was more of pausing when I needed to pause, having the discernment and wisdom to know when to push and when to pause, being mindful and receiving, trusting and receiving, being open to receive compliments, receiving and really celebrating small wins. I had to celebrate my small wins to push me through. Even if it was going through one session with, 5 comments versus 25 comments, that was a win for me. And caring for the self, showing up and speaking up for myself. So while being seen by others mattered, what really transformed everything was learning to see myself, connecting with the divine, and with patience, honesty, and compassion, forgiveness and vulnerability, pushing through. So I leave you with this, and I think we can go to the last slide. Asking for care does not mean you failed. It's not weakness. Care is strength. Care is what allows us to grow, transform, and continue. Life is a lesson, and we're going through it together. So enjoy it. And remember your power. Remember that fire within you. Everybody has that. Be you. Be beautiful. Be yourself. And reclaim your voice. Not just for yourself, but for everyone who has never had a chance to speak up. And I hope that I did that today for you. Sending you all so much love, beautiful souls from any part of this planet that you're connecting. Thank you for your time.
Dr. D, I have to tell you, I think you just won everyone's hearts and mind. You're, if I was going to describe you, I'd say kind, caring, genuine. I don't know where to stop. Strength, strong, resilient. Uh, you you certainly understand you. You certainly understand how to continue to proceed, and you're just amazing. It's just amazing, and keep on keeping on. I don't know if anybody has any questions in the chat. I'll tell you, I've never seen so many compliments and hearts in a chat as I just did now.
Just want to
Thank you.
send you all hearts back. I hope you felt my heart. I love you for being here. So keep on going. Be proud of yourself. And thank you, Bill. I love you too.
Yes, and we need to get you the chat. You need to save this one because the impact you just made is incredible.
Thank you. What an honor to be here today. Send you all so much love. Good luck and I'm here. I put my email there. Please feel free to email me with any other questions, or if you just need a little positive quote, and I'll send you that.
They're absolutely, and they're still commenting in the chat. I saw Dr. William Woods just said you were absolutely wonderful. So hold your head high, keep moving forward. You're touching lives, you're making a difference. People are looking up to you for strength. So keep it up.
You're an
Beautiful.
inspiration. You really are.
You too. Thank you all so much.
Thank you.